Hi there. We are starting phase 2 of our expository essay writing for the prompt about goals. Last week we wrote the introductory paragraph, the two body paragraphs, and the closing paragraphs for our essay. And then we're going to take all of that this week and put it together for this assignment. This week's assignment will count as a major grade. So watch the video for instructions. Look at the grading rubric on slide 2, the transitions on slide 3, which will help you with your editing, your essay checklist on slide 4, and this is familiar to you because we used this before to make edits on to look at the mentor text. We're going to use it again. So if we will look at this again to make edits to your writing, and then you will copy and paste your assignments from all of your previous assignments. Remember your introduction, your body paragraphs, your conclusions. You have to go back into the assignments from last week, go back into Google Slides and open them and copy them and paste them. So when you're finished, you should have 4 paragraphs. And this is an example of how it will look over here with 4 paragraphs. Be sure to check your rubric and checklist on slides 2 and 3. So we're going to change this a little bit. 2 through 4. So we're going to change that 2 through 4 to make all edits and corrections needed before clicking submit. And you will refer to the recipe for an essay, which is over here, to make sure that your essay has everything that it needs. And then so you've typed your final copy, you've gone through the editing process, you've applied these different mentor essay to yours, like are there 3 or more paragraphs, which really this should be, are there 4 or more paragraphs? Are all the paragraphs indented? Is it neat with no line skipped? And you will make sure you have your introduction with the hook, you introduce your topic with the bridge, and then your thesis statement. And then you have 2 body paragraphs with a topic sentence, with transitions, supports, examples, explanations, conclusive paragraph. Does the conclusion reword or refer back to the thesis statement? And then the conclusion ends with the final thought, reflection, message, etc. And go ahead and go through this process. Do the highlighting. Go ahead and circle your transitions and circle your tone words as you're editing. All details and examples of the essay support the thesis statement. You have tone words. Go ahead and circle tone words in pink. And then pick one tone word, adjective used to type here. What was the mood you wanted to create because you're the teller of the story. You create the tone. And you want to create a mood in your readers. What imagery words did you use? Did you create pictures in the mind and type one example? You need a figurative language here, like a simile, if you started off at the beginning with a simile. And sentence structure is varied. You didn't just write short, choppy sentences. You created some compound sentences with a comma, fanboy, or a complex sentence. And then go ahead and double check your grammar. You need to read it out loud to yourself to make sure it makes sense. That's the best way to fix like 90% of your errors as a writer, is read it out loud. Now in the classroom, you can't necessarily always read it out loud, but you can read it out loud, quote, in your head is what I tell my students to do. Pretend like you hear your voice reading it out loud. And that really will help you with like grammar and flow. Also, you can double check your capitalization and punctuation. Anything that's like a run-on sentence or a fragment, or make sure you don't have, it's written in third person. You don't have a lot of yous or I's or me's and any part that seems awkward. And then once you've done all that and you have this edited, then you want to print this out and handwrite It's a 26 line paper, star format. When you handwrite it, here's an example of how it should look. You don't skip lines. Make sure you indent at the beginning of each line. And you want to have 4 paragraphs. And you can just start right here on this top line. It says you may not write outside this box, but for our first time, we're just getting an idea of how much how much fits into a 26 line essay. If you need to print a second one, you can do that. Or you can flip it over on the back and kind of see the ghost lines on the back and just see how much room your writing takes. I don't know if this year's star will be online or if it will be handwritten. I don't know. So we're going to practice both. Most of what we do, of course, in class, all of what we do is online and digital, but we still have to practice our handwriting. So that's what we're doing here. Write neat and careful from left to right. Start here, write your paragraph. When you reach the end of this paragraph, go to the very next line, indent, start paragraph 2. When you're finished with this paragraph, go to the very next line, indent, start your paragraph, and so on and so on. Now, after you have carefully made all of your edits and corrections, you have proofread your final copy, and you will submit this to Canvas for a major test grade. Good luck, and let us know what questions you have.